Well, tax day is 1 week away, and for a lot of people, filing can feel overwhelming or expensive. The good news, though, there are free options available right here in our area. So joining me now to talk more about this is Ryan McFerran from United Way of King County. So thank you for being here to talk about this, Ryan. I know it's kind of a daunting topic for many people.
Yes, it can be, and thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So for people who may not know, there is free tax help that you all offer. Just walk us through how this works.
Absolutely. There is actually a lot of free tax help out there, both through United Way as well as through other organizations. And so the way it works is that what we do and what a lot of other organizations do is help people complete every step of the filing process. So for most folks, that usually means free assistance in preparing and filing in this year their 2025 tax return. However, that can also mean helping folks file tax returns from previous years. We also do help folks to complete some steps required to get to the filing step, like applying for or renewing their individual taxpayer ID number.
Right.
Also, we help folks to connect with other resources that are going to hopefully help them maximize their refund even more so.
And so, Ryan, who is this service for, and who should take advantage of these free services?
It's really for everybody.
Nice.
Our services are primarily for households that made $96,000 or less last year. And so anybody who's looking to get their taxes prepared for free, if they fall within that income bracket, then they're going to have the most resources available to them. But there are free resources available to everyone, no matter what their income level is. However, there are some limitations when it comes to the types of tax returns we can prepare.
Yeah.
And at United Way, we believe free tax is for everybody, just as a way of paying your federal tax bill if that's what you need to do, getting the refund you deserve, claiming tax credits. We believe that there's really no reason folks should be paying money to get what's owed to them.
That's a nice belief. I think a lot of people might be loving to hear that right now because, we're a week away from the deadline and people probably are like, oh, I still have to get this done. What does the process look like when someone comes in, and what items or documents should they bring with them to get this help?
Yeah, so if anybody is still in a position where they need to file their taxes right now, first thing I would recommend is take a breath.
Yeah.
I know that it can feel like the walls are closing in on you, but you still have plenty of time and resources to file. Next thing, I would encourage folks to go to our website, which is myfreetaxeswa.org. It's a new website that connects folks with free tax resources across the state. They'll be able to explore what type of free filing options are available to them, as well as connect with a local tax site, either one offered through United Way or through one of our partner organizations. When you actually get to the point where you're visiting our tax site, you'll have an opportunity to fill out some paperwork, and then you'll have a meeting with one of our volunteer tax preparers who will walk you through the process, and then you'll have a quality review to make sure that everything is, all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and then we'll file the taxes for you.
That's great. So you have a list of all the documentation you need, and
Absolutely.
Of course, come prepared with those questions you might have on which ways to get more money back. I know not everyone can make it in person, possibly for these appointments or meetings. So you have a virtual option as well. I think it's worth probably talking about that for people who might need it.
Yep, absolutely. We understand that not everybody can make it to an in-person tax site, so we do offer what we call our virtual tax site, which folks can connect with through that website I mentioned, myfreetaxeswa.org.
Right.
What it is, it's essentially an opportunity to visit a tax site from the comfort of your home or your work office maybe. You'll have an opportunity to submit documentation and information to us securely through a portal, and then a volunteer preparer will prepare your return. Usually a phone call is required just to confirm information, and then from there we'll file the return, and all you have to do is kind of wait for that refund to show up.
Great. So in-person options and virtual options, and there's also another option for a lot of people, unfortunately, who were victims of the devastating floods that we saw in December of last year. I understand that there's more time for those people to file their returns.
Yep, absolutely. So for residents and business owners in 13 counties across the state, including King County, Pierce County, and Snohomish County, you actually may have until May 1st to file your taxes this year. Typically, the tax filing deadline is April 15th, and so folks who live or have businesses in those counties, they'll have an opportunity a few more weeks to file. We at United Way, we are working to extend our free resources to meet that deadline as well, so we are going to be keeping a lot of our tax sites open through the end of April, and then we will also be keeping a smaller group of our sites open all the way through the end of July.
That's great to hear. So there's a lot of options for people, especially into the summer months if you need an extension as well. I know, Ryan, a lot of people are always wanting more money, more of a refund. So what is one tip you could say right now that might help somebody?
Great
What's
question.
your best tip?
Best tip? Don't pay to file.
Yeah.
Unless you're a millionaire or a billionaire with a whole fleet of accountants at your disposal, there's really not a way to maximize your tax refund. The best way to do it is just to minimize the amount of money and time you put towards preparing and filing that return. So on average, even for somebody who has a really simple tax return, they can expect to pay a few $100s if they use a paid preparer. So save yourself the money and maximize your refund.
All right, great tip right there, Ryan McFerran. Thank you so much from United Way of King County for joining us as we are about a week away from tax day. Thanks for your time. We will be right back with another look at your forecast. Stay with us.